And if I spent 30 days being metrosexual, would I get any benefit from it? Would having this excess of self-care make people notice? Make people look at me differently? Or worse, treat me differently? Is this more for other people's eyes or for my own view of myself? Why are there metrosexual men? Well, I decided to spend 30 days dedicating myself to this to see if there's any benefit or if it's just nonsense. Hello everyone, welcome to the experiment. My name is Experiencia Flamino and today I'm going to show you what it was like to spend 30 days being metrosexual. Before the video continues, please like it. It really helps my work more than you know. And comment the most relevant word here on this channel, which is Pocahontas. This idea of being metrosexual wasn't mine. Someone suggested it to me on Instagram and I agreed it would make a good video. I take your suggestions very seriously, so leave your suggestions here in the video. 24 hours, 30 days or 7 days doing something, suggest it and I'll try it, okay? Also, for those unfamiliar, what is a metrosexual? It's that guy who pays too much attention to his appearance and gets ready more than needed, you know? So when he reaches the highest level, he goes beyond that. But it doesn't just mean getting ready or being well dressed, it means extreme self-care. It's more than just being well groomed. It's a level of self-care that goes beyond. To the point that sometimes no one will even notice except the person himself. Just so you have an idea, that's more or less what a metrosexual is. A very famous example is Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, I started with some simpler things like taking care of my hair more than usual. To those who think I take good care of my hair, I actually don't. Actually, I'm pretty laid back. Most of the quality of my nice hair that you see in the videos is genetic. And it's because I'm a very healthy guy, so that ends up reflecting on my skin and hair. But saying that I'm a guy who takes care of his hair is a lie. I had a hair care routine weekly, and moisturizing my hair was something I didn't do that often. And I ended up being a bit more careful with how I styled my hair too, because I just didn't care about that before. So now I pay attention, I look at the ends, and when I comb my hair, especially when combing, I'm doing it a bit more carefully. I used to be rough. I didn't care about pulling out hair or breaking strands, I just went at it hard. Including for the friends watching here who lose a lot of hair, whether it's when combing, washing, or if you're already even bald. You're trying to hide it by using April Fool's Day as an excuse. Here's a great tip so you won't need to lie about this anymore. Try the manual treatment, it's actually quite simple. First, visit their website, register, and submit your information to a specialist doctor. Then, they will evaluate your case, whether you're in an early stage or a more advanced situation, and they'll create a personalized treatment for your situation. After that, the necessary products for your treatment will be delivered to your home. In fact, they take great care to do this in a very discreet way. Many men struggle with self-esteem over these details, right? Even though it's something very common that affects a lot of men, it's understandable that it can impact their self-esteem a bit. The box includes the products and a manual on how to use them. Laughs, 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 laughs. Just follow the manual's treatment instructions. The results are excellent. They usually become more noticeable after about 4 months of treatment if you follow the doctor's prescription. And throughout this whole process, you'll also have clinical follow-up, which is unlimited with no extra cost and everything else for those interested. So I have a coupon here for you for 40% off with free shipping. But this coupon is only valid for the first order, and it's for a limited time. So take advantage of the coupon, it's 40%, that's a big discount. So I started taking extra care when finishing my hair. I applied oil to the ends after drying my hair each time and it really improved its appearance. I just didn't have much patience before. Actually, after these 30 days, I'm going to stop doing this whole hydration process again because it's really annoying. Besides taking care of my hair, another thing I started focusing more on was supporting myself. The beard, as incredible as it may seem, the beard is more work than hair. To keep myself looking metrosexual, I had to keep my beard perfectly trimmed. Every day, well, to be exact, every other day, I had to fix my beard, those little hairs that grow here on the cheek, to keep it shaped, to keep a specific style because I like this medium cut, kind of trimmed but not too thick. So the beard actually needs more maintenance than my hair, and taking care of my hair is already complicated. So keeping up with the face area, I also did my eyebrows because metrosexuals in general get their eyebrows done actually. A lot of men who aren't even metrosexuals get their eyebrows done. That's another thing. The maintenance is a bit annoying, but it's less than the beard because I did my eyebrows about once a week. And it's fine, it's pretty quick, right? If you keep up with the maintenance, you just pluck a hair here and there. In 5 minutes you can keep your eyebrows maintained. Alright, cool, 2 eyebrows done there. This one turned out better, but the problem is there's no way to fix it. The hairs are different on both eyebrows, so this one will look a bit better. And there's nothing I can do about it. That's right, I'm not gonna make it worse just to match the other one. And still talking about the face area skin, which was the most annoying part to maintain this month. Why? Of all the details I've mentioned, the skin requires the most maintenance. Why? I wake up, wash my face, put on sunscreen whether I'm going out or not, in situations where I was going to leave the house. I didn't just put on sunscreen, I also used powder to take the shine off my face. Metrosexuals put on makeup to leave the house. That's really annoying, so every time I left the house. Sunscreen and powder have such a heavy double meaning, but anyway, before going to bed, how did I remove that sunscreen? With balm, it wasn't just washing my face, I would put balm on my face and before sleeping I would use moisturizer. But that wasn't all. I even went to get a skin cleansing procedure at an aesthetic clinic. Look at the point I reached and how this skin cleansing worked. It all started with a cleansing. It's like a little soap that she applies to my face, but that's just the initial process. Then she started removing my blackheads. She applies small bandages to soften the skin and make blackhead removal easier. She leaves this mask on, which gets warm, waits about 10 minutes, and then she starts removing the blackheads. It just pinches a little, but it's pretty easy to handle. The result was really nice. By the way, if anyone's interested, just go there and say you came because of me, and you'll get a 20% discount. Then there's this part with a little suction tube, which is also pretty easy. And at the end, she applies something like an acid to my face, and man, it's amazing. I had never felt my face so smooth in my life, and now my nose doesn't have a million black dots anymore, still keeping my skin. Hair removal. So, from here down, for these 30 days no hair at all, but I wasn't going to wax it either, right? Okay? Maybe metrosexuals want to wax it because they don't want to see even the slightest trace of hair. That's totally understandable, but there are less painful ways to do it. I got full body laser hair removal right away to avoid having to repeat the process. Waxing your whole body is so annoying and time consuming. Imagine doing it with wax. I've never done that and don't plan to, so I went to the clinic instead. The whole body, well no, the intimate area. I decided to do it myself, also because it would be a bit weird, but it was really cool. The most amazing part for me is that the hair removal we did uses such advanced technology that nowadays, getting hair removal doesn't hurt at all anymore. It's impressive how it felt like she was doing an ultrasound on me. And then the little hairs start falling out. It's funny because you see the hairs grow, but then they fall out and start getting patchy, right? After the first session, hair gets patchy, and with more sessions, nothing grows back. Even after one session, there's a noticeable difference, especially on the leg. Today I'm here with Carol. We're going to remove my little hairs, and I don't know how it works. She told me it's not so conventional, right? It's a bit different. I want to know how it works.
It's a newer laser, the Soprano S Platinum, and it benefits all skin types. Dark or tanned skin can be exposed to the sun before or after without burn risk. Fair skin is also suitable, so anyone can do it.
Oh, that's cool. That's already a difference when it comes to sun exposure, right?
Because I've seen a lot of people doing it, and there are several people who can't stay. You have to spend a certain amount of time without sun exposure, or you can't be in the sun for a while before, or you can't be in the sun for a while after. With this one, it's normal life.
You can go to the beach.
You can go to the pool, that's fine. It's recommended for all hair types. Unlike some lasers that don't work on white hair or take longer, this laser works on everything. Results depend on the number of sessions. Very light or thick hair takes longer, but it treats all hair types. Light, dark, fine, and thick. It's recommended for everyone.
Wow, that's great. There are no contraindications. I was worried the procedure might hurt, but it's actually pleasant and painless. She applies this little gel, which is like an ultrasound gel, and then uses a little laser machine, which simply doesn't hurt at all. It's the same beauty clinic where I got my facial. So if you visit,
also mention that you came because of me, and you'll get 20% off any procedure you have there.
And okay, what I still had on my face, right? To keep correcting, I didn't want to do any kind of fillers or facial harmonization at all. I'm already pretty satisfied with the shape of my face, but there was still one little detail, whitening my teeth. My teeth are already pretty white, right? But there's always room for a bit more. So I made an appointment with my longtime dentist for laser whitening. I'm here with the doctor, and now my teeth are whiter. Doctor, you explained this whitening doesn't actually work because of the laser, right?
It's the peroxide that whitens.
The laser is an adjunct. It's that purple cream, right?
Nowadays, there are two schools of thought regarding whitening which still don't really agree with each other. One school of thought says that what whitens is the peroxide and there's no need. Or suddenly, the laser can cause more sensitivity to the tooth. But there still aren't enough scientific articles to prove this thesis. And there are some that say there's no need for application because actually it's not a laser, it's a blue LED. When we add infrared, it turns violet, but it's not a laser at all. Today we're not completely sure, right? Now there's a big trend saying that the laser actually does more harm than good.
Seriously?
So there are already a lot of dentists following this line of thought, but there is no scientific proof for either side.
Oh, okay.
Who would say this to you? It's definitive.
Okay.
For everyone using LED, you're so well taken care of that even the metrosexual doesn't see much difference.
Wow, huh? Really? That's a compliment. Other details, nails, wow. I think when it comes to agony, this was the worst one. To actually keep your nails done, right? Not just cutting your nails with a clipper just so they don't get too long. Yeah, now I'm here with Andressa. She's going to do my nails, like remove the cuticles, you know, those metrosexual things, right?
She chose the worst person, right? I have no nail experience, but that's okay.
If you've done it before, you're ahead of me. I've never done it. What's that?
Really? To soften the cuticle?
I hate touching cream, but there had to be some.
Did you know that? Let me pull the pieces off your finger.
What do you mean, pull off a piece? If you do, we'll stop immediately. Are you crazy? What's that little stick?
To push back the cuticle?
It hurts.
Let's find out.
Will anyone notice?
I only notice if there's a bad smell underneath. That's how I know it's bad, not if it's done.
What a stink.
When there's dirt under the nail,
Oh yeah, you know.
mechanics nails, it's hurting.
No. There's a difference, but I prefer this one. I think it's very strange. Seriously, really strange. Don't you think it's strange?
A little, but I think it's stylish when a guy paints his nails black, depending on his style.
Yeah, not really me, right?
Black nails would look stylish, and with this hair, very rocker.
Yeah, right, but it would look cool. Black metal, let me paint it black. No, that's already done. Besides metrosexual, that's it. Now I'll do the other side, okay? The process of doing nails is kind of annoying. I don't know how I would do it by myself, but if I had to do it all the time, it would be the most annoying part. Worse than waiting for it to dry. Let's see how long it takes.
Yeah, it depends on how many dishes you wash. And if it's every day?
Right.
Yeah, it can usually last about 15 days, woman.
No, this is easier than the skin, which requires care twice daily. This would be less annoying though. The clothing was another detail that was a bit more annoying to follow because I was a bit careless, like going anywhere in gym clothes. During this time, I always carried spare clothes in my backpack. So if I go to the gym, I go to the gym wearing one outfit, then there I change into gym clothes, work out properly, then put on deodorant and change clothes at the gym. It's kind of a habit. It's becoming more and more common for people who are always at the gym to go anywhere wearing gym clothes. Although my gym clothes aren't even that different, right? The t-shirts I wear to go out are the same ones I wear to the gym. It's all from here, look insider, I'm going to praise them now. Look, it doesn't smell, it doesn't wrinkle actually, you can wrinkle it, but if you put it on it straightens out and it doesn't fade. I don't even know which one is my first insider t-shirt because it looks just like the new ones. It hasn't faded, it's still intact. So look, it's really durable clothing, it's really worth it. I imagine it must be the clothes for metrosexuals because it's perfect. As always, I have a coupon. Check it out on Insider. Look, this shirt, at least try this shirt in your life, buy one of these shirts and see if it's not worth it, if it's not worth it. You can come here in the videos and give me a hard time, go ahead and curse me out here, I'll say sorry, I was wrong, I was a fool. And it really highlights your physique. Seriously, it's really good. There's nothing wrong with it. That's everything I think right now. My verdict about spending 30 days being a metrosexual is that I found it a bit beyond normal. I wouldn't do it at all. I won't go back to being a metrosexual. But there are some details that are really worth it, both for yourself and to make a good impression. Because man, appearance is our business card. People treat you better if you're better dressed or more attractive. That's just reality. So, up to a certain point, I think it's worth it, but there's a fine line, like up to here it's great, right? From now on, no one else will notice, and I'll hardly notice either. I'll just know it's done. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a big deal if your eyebrows aren't perfect, your beard isn't always trimmed, or your hair isn't always well hydrated. You can still look fine and be presentable. That's my point of view, but even so, I admit it's nice to look in the mirror and always look sharp, you know? There's a positive side, but it's not worth the time. It's a lot of time spent. Well, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and just a reminder, I don't want to encourage anyone here to be metrosexual. This was just my experience, sharing what I found worthwhile and what I didn't. But I really recommend that you do take better care of yourselves, because there's always a little detail we can improve, and self-care will make things better. Both in your self-esteem and in your appearance to other people, and how much people are going to judge you. That's very real, okay? So, take care of yourself. I left several tips here that you can follow if you don't already have some of the specific self-care habits I mentioned, and that's it. Leave a like here to support my work, leave your video suggestion, and see you in the next experience. I don't know if it's possible to be metrosexual as a woman, because if you think about it, there are already a lot of women who take great care of their appearance, and everything else they already do. That's what metrosexuals do now. I wonder if a woman can be metrosexual. A woman who gets ready and is always way over the top when it comes to getting ready.